Welcome to the Showdown with Brown. Mark Malus is here, New York Auto Giant. Wildcard weekend is upon us, being joined by one of the partners in New York Auto Giant, Michael Brown. What's going on, Michael?
Good to see you, Mark.
Good to see you. Happy New Year. Unfortunately, not all that happy after what transpired up in Buffalo for your Jets this past weekend.
Yeah, it was a tough trip back for me and everybody else. We got outplayed and outcoached. I mean, you could look at so many different variables of the football game. The defense at times did well, but they were bending, and eventually broke. How many third down conversions got hit there? Sammy Watkins was all over the field, and the coaches did nothing about it. And then on the offensive side of the ball, we were spraying the ball around.
Yeah.
We were not consistent at all, and you cannot turn the ball over in the red zone.
No, you can't do that. 3 picks by Fitzpatrick in the fourth quarter. The first one was the worst one. Decker in the red zone at that stage at the Bills' 15. All you need is a field goal there to take the lead by a point, and he throws the pick.
You got so many different areas you could pull a couple points. You know, you could look at things and say all of a sudden the Jets have another 20 points on the board. But the bottom line is they didn't come to play.
No.
I mean, and the last thing, the exclamation point, we've been talking about this all year. There's got to be major changes with the special teams game of the Jets. The kicking side of it, I know Folk got hurt, but what they replaced him with, unacceptable. The punter, Quigley, what was that punt? I mean, that was terrible.
21 yards.
He's actually last in the league in punting. It's absolutely horrible. And then your return game, you have your starting cornerback returning kickoffs because you have nobody else. Meanwhile, the guy you cut in preseason is returning kicks for the Bills and not doing a bad job. And then Curley is in nowhere land.
You know, it's disappointing because you look at the complexion of the AFC, Michael, it's really wide open. And we'll get to some of the matchups coming up. We'll get your selection here momentarily. But that's where the opportunity here is for the Jets.
It's a shame. Yeah, everyone looked ahead and said, okay, we got this. And we could do damage in Kansas City. We could do damage in Cincinnati. We can do damage in Houston. Well, they're not going to be doing damage anywhere.
No, unfortunately not. And for the Giants, they bring about change as well. They lose once again to the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday, 35-30. No surprise here. Tom Coughlin, whether he retired, resigned, or he's not retiring, but resigned, stepped down, fired, however you want to look at it, the Giants are looking for a new head coach.
We talked about that last week. We thought it was coming.
Yeah.
And it's time for a change. Look, Tom Coughlin did a great job with that franchise for so many years. He has nothing to hold his head down about. And, actually he went on record yesterday and said he still wants to consider another coaching job.
Sure.
So we'll see what happens. But I think the Giants got to go out and get someone that can reinvigorate that team and get some new pieces that put together.
All right, it is playoff time, wild card weekend. We've been doing this throughout the course of the year. Michael wasn't a winner last week. He did have the Jets. Unfortunately, everyone liked the Jets. Unfortunately, Rex Ryan and the Bills went out there and upset the Jets up at Orchard Park. But here's what you need to do. Click on that arrow to register. Do it by Friday at 9 o'clock. You register. Michael's going to make a selection, one of the 4 games this upcoming weekend. If he's correct, you have a shot to win a tailgate for you and 10 of your friends the following weekend, divisional round weekend, a shot at a 2016 Hyundai Sonata at the end of the season. Easy as that. Do it by Friday at 9 o'clock. Click on that arrow to register. That's all you need to do.
That's it.
Interesting wild card weekend set of games, Michael. Of the 4, you get the 2 Saturday for the AFC, 2 Sunday for the NFC. I think one of the more interesting matchups is probably Washington-Green Bay with where that Packer team is right now.
Yeah, that's interesting. They couldn't be playing worse.
No.
The only thing that you have to look at, though, is Green Bay has one of the best quarterbacks to play, and that's Aaron Rodgers. At some point, does Aaron Rodgers get the team on his back and take them somewhere? You don't know if that's going to happen. Washington certainly has proved they deserve to be in the playoffs. It's going to be a very good game, and we'll see if Green Bay can get it done.
All right, where are you going to go this weekend?
I think that there's some excellent football games, and I think Pittsburgh sneaking into the playoffs because of what the Jets did is great for them. I think Big Ben's going to have them fired up, and I think they can go into Cincinnati and win. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think that the game to look at is the team that's been on fire for the second half of the season, and that's Seattle at Minnesota.
Seattle at Minnesota, and that is a good one, and everyone's going to be all over Seattle. How they closed out the year, the return of Marshawn Lynch, and you don't have to go all that far back. They went into Minnesota already this year and destroyed the Vikings.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that can happen again. I just think that it's going to get out of reach. I think that, Minnesota will be fired up. It's going to be cold. It's going to be packed in purple for sure.
Yeah.
But I just think Seattle has too many weapons, and they are playing too well as a team. They're being coached so well. I think that with Lynch coming back everything is going in their direction, and I think Seattle will pull away.
Opened up as a 7-point favorite, now 5.5. So
Correct.
Seahawks minus 5.5.
Yeah, Seahawks minus 5.5.
There you go. Mark it down, write it down, click on that arrow to register. Do it by Friday at 9 o'clock. If Michael's correct wild card weekend, you have an opportunity to win a tailgate for you and 10 of your friends the following weekend, divisional round weekend. Shy 2016 Hyundai Sonata at the end of the season as well, right?
That's it.
That's it. Click on that arrow to register. Michael, good luck.
Thank you.
Enjoy the playoffs. Good luck to you.